Anti-Afro Svengalis. I wanted to follow up on the last video that I posted regarding the lies that CB told. This is the person who filed that lawsuit. Now I'm going to play clips first. What I want to say before I go on, I call out Tiff P for poorly representing your profession. You say that you were an attorney. I don't know what capacity you work as an attorney, but she posted a live stream a month and a half or so ago making all this noise about how CB, and the reason why I'm saying CB is I never really mentioned this person's name on this channel. There's no need to. Before the lawsuit, during the lawsuit, and since the lawsuit, her name was rarely mentioned. So I'm definitely not going to build a habit by mentioning her name. At any rate, Tiff P made it very clear that she was only reading one side of the lawsuit and said that CB is serious. She's not playing around. Well, you're right about that. CB was very serious about lying. CB was determined when it came to lying. CB did just that. She told the court a bunch of bald-faced lies. I'm just reemphasizing. Do you see what I mean when I declare that we are not part of the Umar Johnson sector? You don't have interest in people knowing the truth about the lies that are told about us. We're going to come on here and we're going to say the truth. We're the ones that care about the truth. You have other people who have all these agendas. Yes, Tiff P was running with Dumpsy, who lied straight to his teeth. Yes, Tiff P was running with CB. They don't care whether or not the truth is out there. So without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and run these clips and I'm going to come back and go over each one. But before we do that, here's to you, Tiff P, for covering one side of the lawsuit and not being interested in the truth.
We look at this woman's page and we see a white woman who was fired from her job for giving legal advice, and she's not qualified, and she didn't, she doesn't know anything about legal. She's working in the family court system. I also wanted to say is that we successfully got a complaint number, and the complaint number was sent directly to us from the board for her racism, for her child endangerment, putting the little black boy on her page saying that without the parents' permission, saying that he was saying Umar stinks. That little boy could have suffered bullying or anything else. She doesn't know who knows that little boy. So we got her for child endangerment. We told them that black families were at risk for being counseled by her because of the racist stuff that she has on her page, primarily black women. And what Tiffany said speaks to what I was saying about black women in my last time I talked to UTC. Black women are severely at risk being counseled by her.
People, hold on, we're not done, because she referenced what Tiff said, as in Tacky Turkey Tiffany Griffin. I want you to hear what she had stated. Stay tuned and I will return.
I just want to piggyback off just a little bit what Catherine said and let you guys know something that they're doing right now. This is an update. Afro Svengali and her people or whomever is sending out emails with my name, pretending to be my email, telling people that I am selling my body to them for $500. Quote, I'll let you rub my titties for $500. Let me meet you at the hotel, end quote. And the name of the email is Tiffany Griffin, which is my name. They're sending these emails out pretending to be me, but what they don't know is they sent it out to the wrong one because the person who they sent it to tracked the email with some sort of encryption database on their laptop, and it was Afro Svengali who's sending the emails out. So this is, right now, this bitch is so diabolical. She is so calculating and such a liar. Like, we call her a liar, but that's the understatement of the year. This bitch is going around pretending to be me and soliciting prostitution via emails, pretending that it's me doing it. Not
Wow,
knowing,
wow,
you dumb
wow.
bitch, and I know she's listening to
Whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa,
Not,
whoa, whoa, Tiff.
yes.
Just a little bit. Easy, just a
Okay.
little bit, okay?
All right. Not knowing that there's a thing called technology that can trace your IP address to see that that ain't me and where it's located at. So people need to really understand that nothing that comes out of her mouth is factual. If she tells you the sky is blue, go outside and check for yourself before you believe her.
What I first want to do, I want to acknowledge the fact that there were people who were genuinely upset. I'm talking about people in these YouTube streets and blocks who were close to me, associated with me, when they would hear some of these things. Not everybody, but there was always a few people who would get upset. And I really have to try to explain to them, I'm not being dismissive by having what might appear to be a nonchalant attitude towards statements like this. The only thing, what Tacky Tiff and CB were trying to do is what we call character hijacking. So badly, they want you to be something that you're not. If that doesn't work, they want you to suffer based on what they said about you. Neither approach works with me. It just doesn't work. You can't do anything to me lying on me. And anyone who really is a friend who cares about me is never going to believe anything like this, including people I'm contracted to work with, who they try to get to believe lies. No one ever came close to believing any of this. I never lost a penny from anything any of these people stated. It really does remind me of that one time when KKC went up on this Freaks panel and made these disclosures that I never even mentioned about himself, saying he gave me information. What you're doing is trying to get me in a position that you know I would never be in, which is to just come out and give someone's confidential information. Confidential information is not public knowledge. What he's talking about was confidential personal info, which he knows I would never do. But he wanted people to look at me in a certain way, to put the idea in their heads that I would do something like that. I mean, the anger and the resentment, for whatever reason, runs so deep with these people, they can't point out a single solitary thing that I did to them. Now, me responding back to what they're doing to me is not me instigating or perpetrating an act upon anyone. I have a right to respond to garbage. But let me talk about this particular situation. My response was this: capture these live streams, because there will come a day when this information will be relevant for a purpose that's truly useful. They wanted me to jump up here and answer to every single thing they stated. They also want you to make counter disclosures so they can get information about you that they don't have. Take note of the first thing that CB stated, that I got fired from a job for giving legal advice. Well, this is my suggestion to you. If you ever want to know if I get in any trouble, go to the Board of Behavioral Sciences, because in this state, you can never do anything like that without being brought up on disciplinary charges, because the employer is going to send a report to the board. And plenty of people get in serious trouble for doing things that are related to the profession directly. You think I'm going to get up here and defend myself against bullshit? I'm not doing it. And I did whatever, say whatever you want. Here's the other thing about CB, such a prolific liar. Wants everyone to believe that for some reason these agencies, independent of YouTube and Google, had her name to the point they would lie on her and say that she made phone calls, sent emails, and made reports. I didn't do it. Okay, fine. Let her keep denying what she says she didn't do. We have proof of what we say. We're not going to come on here and make a statement about something that we don't have proof of. Most of the time we get information, we're not going to put it out there. Most of the information we get on people, we don't even put out here, because we use it for a specific purpose. But trying so hard to get me to respond, want me to go back and forth and scream and holler. This tacky Tiff wanted me to debate her. After she comes on YouTube, and the first time I ever heard of her, she says she wanted me killed. I don't do stuff like that. If you want me killed and raped, I'm not ever going to talk to you. I don't care what the motive is. I just would not deal with someone like that. That's, to me, you think that your life is so limited to the point you have to deal with someone who wants you raped and dead. I have many options at my disposal, and none of them include anyone wanting me killed, raped, and all this other stuff these people were saying about me. I don't need your friendship. There might be some people around here who act like they need that kind of friendship. I'm not one of them.
She's a fucking jealous ass whore. She ain't got shit going for her. You ain't gonna never have what I rent hoe. You need to control that rent hoe. I'm gonna call a car for you next week. You're gonna meet my people. You need to control that rent hoe. That bitch ain't got a goddamn ass thing to give you but a wrench and whatever she says. She young as hell and ain't got shit going on with herself. Some broke ass, dumb ass, mentally ill motherfuckers. I ain't got shit to prove to you. You clear her name. I ain't gotta clear my name on YouTube. You better suck my ass. Ain't no damn bitch on the internet telling me how to run my motherfucking business. You're a dumbass bitch to go along with it, in my opinion. You're a damn lie, hoe, you ugly bitch. Cause you motherfuckers build up hate around a motherfucker. Shut the fuck up, bitch. This not about no YouTube. Look what they did to D-Darrell on YouTube, hoe. You think I'm gonna let them do that to me, you ugly bitch? What you need to is focus on getting your fat ass in the gym. Oh, whatever, hoe. Not paying attention to a motherfucking thing you say, honey. Cause you a dumb bitch.
Now, I want you to really think about this. The first clip you heard, CB was still in good graces with the so-called good guys. The clips you heard after that, things had gone to hell in a handbasket. How do we know this? Certainly not because we were participating or sitting over there. People were letting us know. People were sending us emails. People were sending us clips. They were sending us full live streams and saying, look what's happening. We told you so. They're cursing. The yelling and the screaming is not even directed to anyone related to anti-fraud warriors because we weren't participating in that madness. When I made a statement about Tacky Turkey Tiff, it was about her vile and disgusting conduct, her reprehensible language, her unladylike demeanor, completely showing no respect for herself. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? Yeah, we got one of those. In fact, we got several of those running around in that Umar Johnson sector. Repeat, the vulgarity and the screaming and the hollering was unrelated to AFW. The only thing that CB stated towards Scarlett, which we know is a lie, she's AFW. That's what everybody says. When they get mad at somebody, you're AFW. That's it. And you're going to hear even more evidence of how distanced we were from this situation.
Then they said I'm running game on Rev G. Channels are turned in. They're starting with the big dogs first. The ones who have the videos extorting and harassing. And Catherine gave that story on Rev G. Is the one who put a detailed of how he got that story about this guy that allegedly Rev G did. I don't know anything about Rev G's sex life. I don't have anything against Rev G. I'm not saying anything about Rev G. I'm just saying that's the last narrative they tried to paint. We're spreading narratives about me. Every month they come up with some new stuff. Just on May 15th, they came up with that I'm the one that gave you the information on Rev G, and then I disappeared after that. Everything they say that I did, she disappeared after that. Motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck about y'all. Why the fuck I'm gonna be on YouTube like that? You damn right I disappear sometimes. I got a motherfucking life. Motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck about y'all. You damn right. And I don't know shit about Rev G. I don't give a damn about Rev G's sex life. I would never even approach you with information about Rev G because Rev G is not somebody I would even look at. I never, yeah, why would, and another thing, why would I be looking into Rev G? Like, why would I be looking into that man? I have nothing, that man has never done anything to me. Rev G has never done anything to me at all, ever. In life. Why would I be looking into Rev G and trying to dig up Rev G's information and all that other stuff? Why would I do that? TC is the one that used to always talk about man on man sex and gay this and gay that, and it just so happens that he's the only man with a channel who people come backstage and swing their dick on. They recognize something. Every time you turn around on TC's channel, start singing his dick in the back. Oh, this nigga. And then you hold it for 30 seconds. Give a fuck about me. I ain't getting in the male on male. I'm not getting in the Catherine,
come on now.
Okay, all right.
Let's deter from that.
This is somewhere around April, May 2021. She's talking about she's getting this legal action going. And it's already a given who she says was harassing her. I'm not in the equation. As you can see, Gerald sure as hell isn't in the equation. But she ends up putting him or adding him into the lawsuit. Did you hear her mentioning me about harassing her? We are not part of this. We were not engaging. So before she files a lawsuit, she has made an unequivocal, undeniable declaration that Gerald did nothing to her and didn't say I did anything. But we end up in a lawsuit come September 2021, referencing back to the time she says all these people were harassing her. Never mentioned us. And I think it's really beyond galling that she was claiming all these things were done to her, and she admits she was present while it was being done to other people. Well, we already know that, but she's admitting it at least. People, as I stated, I'm not going to be specific about the lies that she told in the lawsuit, but there is a connection to the comments that she made offline. And even more interesting, so much of what she's claiming definitively was not included in that lawsuit. That's irrelevant because we can connect it without, again, going into specifically what lies she told on us.
Multiple times I was laughed at, I was teased, I was talked about. Going to AG office, ha 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 ha. If anybody would have told me that they were going to the AG office on me, the last thing I would have done is laugh, just in case that person wasn't bluffing. Yeah, it took a while to come down, but not for D. Darrell. He got almost immediate results when we did that settlement in what was that, December? When was that? I called you, D, and told you that we had the settlement. I said that you and did a live where you all said that y'all saw the AG information that I had sent in because I lied about sending in that paperwork. And I said, Darrell saw the paperwork I sent into the AG office on AAS. All I said was you had the documents that I sent in on the AFW back in October that they keep lying and saying I never sent in, and you saw the results of what that document did, and we made a settlement on that If you do this, then we won't do that. And you saw the result.
So now people laughing at somebody, just laughing, that's illegal too? That's actionable? You can sue for that? Well, she mentioned that in that restraining order hearing, was upset because people thought the lawsuit was fake. Are you serious? You think I'm the person trying to control what people do? This is the person who wants to sue you for laughing. The garbage that just spewed out of her mouth is yet another lie. What she stated is that anti-fraud warriors had a settlement with the Attorney General's office in the state of Delaware, and that is a damn lie. And wouldn't you know, not a word of this was mentioned in that lawsuit. Now, what she's referring to has nothing to do with me doing anything to this person, as she lied in that lawsuit and claimed I did. This has to do with the situation involving Umar Johnson and his fraud out there in Delaware. And guess what's happened since then? Umar Johnson has been hit with the cease and desist order. So she's trying so hard to rehabilitate herself. Had this actually occurred, she could have made a very good case, a very strong case for saying, listen, they've been sanctioned by a government agency for engaging in all of this nonsense that she said we were doing. That would have buttressed her case. Didn't mention a single word. And why? Because it never happened. You can't have somebody under any settlement unless you sign for the settlement and you're aware of the settlement. And notice there wasn't a stitch of paper posted to prove to anyone there's any sort of settlement. You can send in papers all day, every day. Doesn't mean the government agency is going to act as you expect them to act or on your timeline. This never happened. It's yet another in a long string of bald-faced lies told by CB. She told many other lies. I mean, so many people. In effort to try to see if she can put herself in a position to be heard and be respected. And the complaining about how people are treating her is simply just appalling, because she sat on those panels while the same shit was going on. We have the live streams, 5-hour live streams she is sitting on. You heard her make one admission in this video here. And so the clips that you see posted around YouTube are clips. We have the full live streams of what we are absolutely certain there will be no problem proving what we are asserting as to her conduct. Just because something sounds outrageous and terrifying and shocking doesn't mean it's true, and it's certainly not falling under the category that you can prove what you are saying. So it doesn't matter what the person is saying. Can this person prove her allegations? And the answer is no. Supposedly all this stuff occurred on YouTube and she didn't post a single freaking clip. Didn't post a single clip of any video. Didn't give any timestamps except for on some attachments that were barely legible. Not exhibits. I'm not going to harp on this lawsuit because we're dismissed from the lawsuit. It is, oh, people, look, this is sickening. How you had Tiff P claiming through some tarot card reading that I was all wrapped up with this person. She was the one that was ingratiated with this individual. Anything people can do to make money. I don't know why they fell out, because they're just like each other, full of bald-faced lies. Anything for a buck, and nothing that they do on their own is valuable, so they have to bring other people in and tell lies about them. That has value to them. The truth is not going to provide any sort of excitement. It's pretty damn boring. It isn't going to do the trick. You must tell outrageous lies about people so people will listen to you. I want to give you a quick example. Let's say that a neighbor sues you and says you built a fence on their property and you haven't been able to work this out. So you go through the whole 9 yards. You got to get the survey out there. You got to look at the records. You got to look at the property line. They have to come to your property. What happens when they come to your property and there's no fence? They just made the lawsuit up because they were pissed at you about something else. You are writing up lies and you're submitting them to a court. You can be subject to sanction. It's not going to be by me. It's going to be by the court. File any freaking lawsuits you want. You have these demons out here talking about, I'm going to sue. I'm going to put a lawsuit in on you. Full of freaking lies. Go for it. And the people who start all this shit are the ones that are crying. Those that start the shit try to keep the shit going. When you ignore their ass and don't say anything, they keep going on and on and on. And the second you respond, you legally respond, you've exercised your freedom of speech rights to respond, they try to act as if they're the ones who are aggrieved. No, you're not aggrieved. Get your ass into court and tell a lie on me. I'm going to file a sanctions motion on you. You make up something that didn't happen on me, I'm going to file a sanctions motion, and you will have to deal with the court. I don't care how much money it costs to defend a lawsuit. You are not going to write up lies about me in a court and think I'm not going to respond. I absolutely will respond. I don't care if it's 45 lawsuits. All of you file a lawsuit on me and lie on me, I'm going to file 45 sanctions motions on your asses. See, they take what Anti-Fraud Warriors does that's legal, and then they use it, and they're dishonest and deceptive, just like demons are. Demons do what demons do. But I'm saying me, people I know, we're not going to be putting up with this crap. This is a new day. You lie on us in court, we are going to demand the court sanction you, and we're going to prove to the court exactly how you lied. Not a disagreement, not a dispute for the court to work out. You are specifically telling lies. Listen, people, you have to know, I have a tons more coming down the pike. Don't touch that dial. You know the drill. Buyer beware.